Hello, good evening and welcome to JoyNews Prime. This broadcast is live from our studios here at Akufo-Addo. We're live on DSTV channel 421, GoTV channel 125 and around the world on myjoyonline.com. My name is Fostina, Sarfo.
And I am Emmanuel. Samani. Tonight, EOCO moves to trace and recover assets as over $2 million United States dollars in alleged payments to Ghanaian officials come to light.
Also tonight, baby left behind as Heifer shuts down Kaswa Health Facility after woman alleges she was sent home without her newborn.
Also tonight, 7-month water crisis hits Dorwenya, 2025 as residents risk health to use untreated water. Will engage a public health expert on the implications.
And also, we bring you Prime Business.
Now, the senior finance lecturer at the University of Ghana, Dr. Benjamin Amua, warns volatility in global gold prices could pose as a risk to Gold Board's new forward foreign exchange program.
And later in sports,
Black Queens head coach disappointed after WAFCON exit.
Remember, we are your home of independent, fearless, and credible journalism. Stay with us. Thanks for choosing us. Well, tonight, the Economic and Organized Crime Office has intensified its investigation into the Ghanaian dimension of the bribery case involving former Goldman Sachs banks and former Tema Oil Managing Director Asante Kweku Breko. Following his conviction in the United States, EOCO said the Attorney General has directed the office to escalate the investigation after engaging U.S. authorities to obtain relevant evidence, records, and information. The office said the investigation will include tracing transactions, beneficiaries, assets, and proceeds potentially connected to suspected criminal conduct, with asset preservation and recovery forming part of its enforcement plan, where supported by evidence and permitted by law. Well, coming up on your screens now are excerpts of that statement put out by EOCO, and it reads:
well, the Economic and Organized Crime Office, EOCO, has acknowledged public interest in the case involving Asante Kweku Breko, who is a former Goldman Sachs investment banker and managing director of the Tema Oil Refinery, following his conviction in the United States over alleged bribery during his time in the private sector. Well, the statement goes on to say that EOCO says it has been engaging relevant authorities on the Ghanaian dimension of the case. Now, last year, the office received a request from its U.S. counterparts for information on individuals in Ghana considered relevant to the investigations, including a former Minister of State and public servants. Well, following the request, EOCO, in collaboration with the Attorney General and the Minister of Justice, began preliminary work on the Ghanaian aspects of the matter and monitored the U.S. proceedings. Well, it says the evidence emerging from the U.S. case was considered potentially important in determining the scope and direction of a comprehensive investigation in Ghana. Now, following Mr. Breko's conviction in the U.S., the Attorney General and Minister for Justice engaged the appropriate U.S. authorities to obtain relevant evidence, records, and information through lawful channels. The AG has since directed EOCO to escalate its investigations. EOCO has therefore commenced the process of intensifying its investigation into the Ghanaian dimension of the case. Now, the office says assets tracing and recovery are integral to the investigation. It will examine whether proceeds, benefits, assets, or property were derived from or connected to a suspected criminal conduct and were supported by evidence and permitted by law, pursue their preservation, recovery, and restitution to the state. Well, EOCO still goes on to say that it will follow the financial trail, including relevant transactions, beneficiaries, assets, and proceeds that fall within its jurisdiction. However, the conviction of Mr. Berko in the U.S. does not itself establish criminal liability against anyone in Ghana. Any person whose name emerges from evidence obtained through international cooperation will be assessed independently based on the evidence and in accordance with Ghanaian law. EOCO says its collaboration with U.S. law enforcement authorities and the AG's office remains active, as it will not disclose sensitive operational information that could compromise ongoing investigations, evidence, or any future prosecution. Now, the office says it remains committed to following the evidence without fear or favor, investigating economic and organized crime within its mandate, and pursuing the recovery of assets and public resources where the evidence and law require. Further investigation, information will be provided at the appropriate time. So there you have it, the statement by EOCO on Mr. Asante Berko's case and its related investigations there.
Thanks, Samani. Well, let's explore this further here on JoyNews Prime. Thankfully, we have Katie Hammond, his lawyer for former Energy Minister Dr. Akufo-Addo. We appreciate your time here on the Pulse. Also joining the conversation is lawyer Martin Pegbu. I'd like to start with Katie Hammond. You say your client is innocent, but the questions on the minds of Ghanaians is that he actually was the Energy Minister at the time that this deal was passed. So how do you plan to ensure you defend him?
A lot of issues are quickly popping out of a small intro that you've done. Many wrong sections by you. Number one, I didn't say anything. I would say it's not within my mandate to say anything except what my client says. I have been instructed to put up the statement that I have. That's what my client says. It's not a matter of me saying anything. And when you say, how do I intend to defend him, I don't understand. What are you talking about? What is there to, I don't understand. What's the meaning of that question?
Since you represent your client, he says that...
But you see, you got to be careful about some of these statements. How do you intend to defend him? He's not been charged with any offense. So how am I going to defend him? He's not asking for any defense. It's the allegations that those of you in the media are putting up all over, in some respects, not exactly your station, but some other stations quite irresponsibly. That's what triggered us to come up with a statement to make it pretty clear, put it beyond the argument that he has absolutely no knowledge about this matter. That's not a question of how intended defending him. You defend your client when there's an allegation of criminality against him and the person has been charged. Then you defend the person in court. You don't defend over the media and in the public domain.
So, since you're representing your client, you maintain that he has never at any point in time had contact with Berko. Is that the case?
No, that's what he instructed me.
And so the question on our mind is that for most people who monitor the case, especially looking at now that EOCO says he'll be going after some of the key individuals that has been mentioned in this case that transpired in the US, what are your expectations so far? Have you even been invited? Has your client been invited by EOCO or any government official?
No.
Your client has not been invited?
Not as far as I know, no.
I see. Thank you so much. Katie Hammond is counsel for Akufo-Addo. We also have lawyer Martin Pegbu with us. I'm told that we don't have him. Just lost him, Samani.
Oh,
Let's do other stories, shall we?
Well, moving on now. The Health Facilities Regulatory Agency has closed down a facility operating in Kaswa after discovering it was operating without the right permit. A woman who delivered there claimed she was asked to go home without her baby, a case being handled by the Odoko Divisional Police. This prompted a visit by officials of HEFRA and JoyNews, where it was discovered that offices in the facility were set up as a consulting room and a labor ward, also serving as a recovery ward. Let's take a listen to one of the workers who works there. She goes by Erica, and she tells us what she got his head.
Some people say no, the Omoko hospital no or baby. So moon say we hanity Omoko hospital no baby, but we are or barana. Those that have come to meet and I buy me home. Almost so, mommy Omoko hospital no baby, but me per se, I am go check your baby. I'm go hospital, but I still me per se me buy now, but I still want to check. Or you check for me somewhere, but I still want you to check for me here so that I'll see if it tallies with what the result that I get.
So apart from BP, what else do you do here?
Like dressings, small dressings, yeah.
And what room do you do it in? The rooms?
The dressings need the what's that onipa ne bar. If it is about the leg, now you sit here and then there's a wood there. Now the person puts the leg on it. Now I dress yamano. If it is about the hand tour, and I say you sit then we straight the hand and then we do. It's about the head and I will be yeah.
So how many of you help the woman to do this?
Actually, on you be me no. They say you bring me. I don't know, but you bring the things or no, or the cutting or not.
Well, speaking of record with JoyNews, owner of the facility, Sarah Quainer, noted she had worked as a nurse and after stopping the vacation, decided to begin the service to assist persons who needed it in the community after the facility was locked. Head of PR Charitable, Aram Nuhuhu, demanded the right procedures followed and handed the case to the Odoko police, which is yet to comment on that situation for now.
Initially, we sent people ahead of time to come and find out, and we understand the name that everybody knows and calls her is Mami Ness. So it means that it's something she does and everybody around knows. But entering the premises, nothing over there meets the standards that HEFRA requires facilities to meet. Absolutely nothing. Looking at even the labor ward, looking at, nothing. Everything is substandard. And I even wonder why people will subject themselves to such a facility. So the only thing we will do is to lock the place, which we have done. The lady is not around. I'm sure she got wind of the fact that something like this is going to happen. So she's not here. So we've arrested, I think, the nurse who assists her in doing what she does over here. And then the caretaker, who is the man. So we are taking them all to the police station, hoping that she would show up and they will take it out from there.
Well, let's explore this further. Join me now is Head of Public Relations at the Health Facilities Regulatory Agency, HEFRA, Christabel Aram. We appreciate your time here on JoyNews Prime. She's going to help us understand what the agency really found at the Kaswa facility. What exactly did you discover when your team inspected the facility in Kaswa?
A very good evening to you. So I think we got the information on Friday that there was a facility around Kaswa that was operating as a maternity home. And then when we looked through our list, we realized that the facility wasn't registered, hence wasn't licensed. So we sent some people there undercover on Saturday, and then they told us that what we heard was true. And then we also had someone who claimed had a baby in that facility and couldn't find the baby. So she also came around and then led us to the police. And today we went there, and what we saw, I must say, was an eye.
Was the facility indeed operating without an appropriate permit?
The facility is not even registered. So once you are not registered, you cannot have a license.
How is it possible that an unregistered facility was operating in Kaswa for quite a period of time, and yet HEFRA, an agency that is supposed to regulate the space, was unaware of it?
So when we go to the facility, it's more like a hideout than a health facility. Even though people knew about what she does, there was no signage. There was nothing, absolutely nothing that shows that there was a maternity practice going on in that within that premise. So even this, until someone came up to say that I visited this facility and this was the result, we didn't know that something like that was going on.
And briefly, as we wrap up, what's your next line of action?
For now, we have invited her to the office. We arrested two people who we found on the premises, and we've locked up the entire place because the place serves both as a residential facility, and then she uses some of the rooms for what she does. But we have locked up the entire place. So she's supposed to come back to the office, and then we'll take it down from there. But what she's been doing is illegal, so obviously we'll deal with it, and the laws will deal with it.
Thank you so much, Christabel, for your time here on JoyNews Prime.
To One News tonight, residents of Community 25, Dowenya, Saki Bediako, and surrounding areas have endured 7 months of erratic water supply. Many say they now depend on untreated borehole water, raising serious public health concerns. Schools and health facilities are also struggling with a shortage affecting the care of patients, including expectant mothers. My colleague Carlos Caloni visited the affected communities and reports.
For residents of Bichile, Dowenya, Saki Bediako, Top 10, and Community 25, years of unreliable water supply have worsened over the past 7 months, with little or no flowing water. Untreated borehole water has become the only source for drinking, cooking, and other household needs. The crisis is now spilling into health care. At the Saki Bediako Chips compound, health workers say the shortage is making it difficult to provide essential services.
Oh, this one there is a very long time. It's a very long time because since we open here for the container, no water. So it is a very long time, very, very long time.
What do you want the authorities, especially the Ghana Water Company, to do about this challenge?
We want Ghana Water Company to come and give us water.
Private health facilities are also under pressure, spending heavily on tanker water just to keep their doors open.
We have been operating in the area for over 10 years now. From the beginning of this year, we have been having some serious water challenges. In fact, we haven't had a drop of water go through our lines from January. So for the past 7 months and over, we have been buying water.
The shortage is also disrupting schools, where teachers say poor sanitation is creating an unhealthy environment for learning.
Since this year, 2026, water has not run through the taps at all. And we have almost around 600 students here coming to school every day. So it has been a very big burden on us because we buy water for them, and every week, in fact, we pay about 200 cedis per week.
Health experts warn the continued use of untreated water could trigger outbreaks of waterborne disease.
Not only currently may you be having some health challenges, but into the future you have problems like typhoid, dysentery, and sometimes for babies it can lead to cholera.
The Ghana Water Company says repairs on the Kpong-Accra transmission pipeline will cut leakages by up to 40%. But after months of dry taps, residents say the real test will be the return of safe, reliable water. Carlos Caloni, JoyNews, Tema Community 25.
To other stories now. For many schoolgirls in Ghana, menstruation comes with a cost their families cannot afford. Without sanitary pads, some use rags, toilet rolls, and paper, while others miss lessons or drop out of school completely. In one area in the central region, residents have created a community-owned pad bank to help girls remain in class. Here are excerpts from our hotline documentary, Menstrual Poverty, produced by Nana Boachi Dankwa-Yadu.
17-year-old Priscilla runs towards the school toilet, clutching a paper. Inside, there is no water. The floor is wet. The smell is heavy. Yet, she must clean herself as the examination waits.
It's me at a way and small with Sabia and to maybe I need.
Inside this toilet, I use neat racks, sometimes papers and toilet roll. But for the racks, I have to be changing it periodically. This is because I don't have any pad and I don't have money to buy some. My grandmother doesn't have money. The day I have pad, I come to school, but when I use racks, I stay home.
Mama di haye adam me wo pad na me be school a sa pad na me yisu di aba ba se me ni pad a sa da na me be school me yisu ntuma gunu wo fie se na be ye be boa me.
We have the challenge of wash facilities. This is a basic school made up of the kindergarten, the primary section and the GHS, but there is only an old dilapidated toilet facility. It's a very big challenge to the school, and even in terms of menstrual hygiene, it's difficult for even girls to come to school because even those with pads, where to change, there are no changing rooms for them. So they would rather stay home and manage during their menstrual cycle. So wash facilities is a very big challenge of the school.
Now, what you see behind me is an uncompleted school block that has turned into a hideout for some of these girls who undergo their menstrual period. Up there are some young girls who whisper to me that one of their colleagues is menstruating, and for fear of stigmatization, this is where she has to go to change herself during the school period. Now, it is likely that for her, with her colleagues around her, she's using not a sanitary pad, but a rag, a toilet roll, or an exercise book. Government allocated over 292 million Ghana cedis in 2025 to provide free sanitary pads. Yet, here, the reality remains unchanged.
Honestly, it's not enough. Why? Because I am their girl child and shop coordinator and been sharing the sanitary pads to these students. I remember I have to give them at least 3 or 2 pads. Here goes a student. I have come down to their level, like I'm their mom, their friend, their everything. So they open up to me. Some of them are heavy flow students. They have heavy bleeding. So even 2 sanitary pads can take them just a month. So I asked myself, what about the rest of the month? But I realized that when it came, we saw some slight differences in the population because they started coming to school because at least some of these things will be provided. But when they get finished, that was one of our challenges. They go back to the old style again because they won't get access to it.
But where systems fail, communities sometimes rise. Despite this growing crisis, there is a tide turning. Just as the ocean shapes the land, a new movement is shaping the future of young girls in the central region. We drive from the coast of Winneba to the Ejumaku Enyamesiam district to a small farming community called Obontare. It was once known for school dropouts and teenage pregnancies, but out of hardship, the community built something powerful, a pad bank. Not a donation center run by outsiders, not a short-lived project tied to promises, but a community-owned lifeline, centralized and safeguarded by the traditional authorities themselves. At funerals, weddings, naming ceremonies, and community gatherings, a simple appeal is made. Coins drop into bowls, envelopes are passed quietly. Every contribution, small or large, becomes a shield for a girl yet to come.
Well, you want to make sure you catch that full documentary tonight at 8:30 p.m. Now, Ahmadiyya Abdul Latif, ECHO Period Menstrual Care Ghana, looking at the situation. What else could be? Well, that's our interview for you. We'll be engaging Latif. Latif, good evening. Many thanks for your time. We want to find out from you, looking at the situation about menstrual poverty, what more can be done to address this? You'd have to unmute your mic and then you can make your point.
Okay, great. Thank you so much for having me. So the issue about menstrual poverty has been talked for so long, and I mean, this documentary actually highlights the impact of interventions, and it's not just any other intervention that can be actually sustainable, because we all understand menstruation is a monthly occurrence and they need monthly supply. So how sustainable? Even though this is, I mean, remarkable, it's, I mean, great, but how sustainable is this? How would they continuously, I mean, be soliciting for funds to be giving the girl, because there's so many girls who will need this, and that particular girl who accesses it this month will need it continuously. So we are looking at a more sustainable alternative. And on global level, there's been so many research that have actually come up with reusable alternatives as a more sustainable alternative to the menstrual health and waste challenges across the globe. So when menstrual poverty is being addressed, it moves beyond just access. We have to also consider the health implications on the girl's body, the knowledge, access to facility, and of course, the impact of menstrual products on the environment. So the holistic approach that we need to look at for a more sustainable alternative.
So Ahmadiyya, I also want to find out from you, I mean, this documentary is looking at, you know, young girls within, you know, the Ejumako enclave within the central region. I want us to, you know, cross over to other regions that are interdimensionally poor. For example, the Northeast region, one of the poorest regions in the country, and juxtapose the situation between girls living in that region versus in the central region, Greater Accra, for example. How dire is the situation in some of these rather poorer regions?
Of course. I mean, situations or communities like this are much more double disadvantaged because, one, they are, I mean, extreme poverty, inequality, and underdevelopment. We know that these areas are, of course, facing they are more disadvantaged compared to these areas. So, of course, as you mentioned, they are going to be double disadvantaged, and it's not going to be only the girls' issue, because we've all come to understand that menstrual poverty moves beyond a girl's issue. She not accessing pad alone to, I mean, affecting her confidence, but of course, it affects her dignity, and it has a ripple effect of affecting her family, because when she grows up, a girl missing school days today means that she's going to miss wages tomorrow, and that has a ripple effect on her family, on her community, and the entire nation at large. So of course, these very extreme deprived areas need more sustainable alternatives. A comprehensive approach.
Talking about sustainable, you know, I mean, when it comes to the issue of menstrual poverty, we have been talking about reusable pads, etc. How do we, you know, end this, if it's even possible, once and for all? Because we keep coming back to this year after year after year. What is the solution to menstrual poverty?
Of course, the world is going sustainable. So every solution that we bring on board, how do we sustain this solution? And that is why innovations come to play. Research has proven that reusable alternatives are much more sustainable. One, they are climate friendly because we understand the environmental impact of the normal disposable sanitary pads. They take about 800 years to decompose. So imagine if half the world is menstruating, you can imagine the tons of menstrual waste we are creating on them. But apart from that, we are looking at a comprehensive approach that includes education. So not just reusable products that are available for them to be reused for so many years, but education is also very important because they need to understand their bodies. They need to appreciate the biological and physiological aspects of their body before they can embrace their bodies. And then thirdly, facilities are also important. So this is a comprehensive approach.
Absolutely.
And a climate innovative approach as well.
Absolutely. I want to thank you so much for your time. I'm Dian Abdul Latif.
The full conversation is at 8:30. We're looking forward to it. I'm seeing the visuals already. Samani, heartbreaking. As a woman, I want every young girl to have access to sanitary pads. So let's see what this campaign will yield after, right?
Absolutely. Oh, we'll take a quick breather. We're back with more news. Don't go away.
Hey, what's up?
Life. It's moving so fast. Yesterday I was in class 4. Today I'm almost in JHS. My shoes don't fit me anymore. My voice is deeper. I was watching cartoons, but now they say I'm too old for that.
The more things change, the more they'll stay the same. I still love you the same.
Come and sit, Dad.
In a world that keeps changing, Calipo still keeps making sweet memories.
I still love it.
Dad, I told you to have a sip, not to finish it.
Calipo food juice drink, making sweet memories. This advert is
When malaria shows up, it doesn't knock. It just takes over.
No. This fever is too much.
When malaria comes,
respond with Mala2.
Fight malaria with Mala2 tablets or syrup from Ernest Chemists. Test for malaria first before taking Mala2. If symptoms persist for more than 48 hours, see a doctor. This advert is FDA approved.
Palladium Residences in Achimota isn't just an address, it's the home you truly earned. Secure your place with just a 10% deposit and choose from beautifully designed modern apartments or spacious townhouses built for everyday comfort. This is more than a building. It's a vibrant, curated community with a clubhouse, state-of-the-art gym, and an on-site hotel, all at ABC Junction, minutes from Achimota Mall. Enjoy city energy while retreating to your private sanctuary. Call now to reserve your unit and benefit from limited launch incentives, including priority unit selection, executive pricing, and flexible payment options available. Don't miss the chance to pick the best homes. Book your private site visit today. Call 050-9823-424. Palladium Residences. Live smart, invest better.
Big game today as Ghana faces England.
You forgot the eggs.
And the whole nation is ready. Shot on target.
What is it? Politics is always safe.
Every day, in the moments we love, we rely on clean and safe water that flows from Polytank.
That's right. Did you see that? That is me. Without me, that tap would just be decoration.
That's so. So when the water comes, where exactly is it waiting? Pipe. I also didn't see any bedroom no. Me tank. Me na me kura.
At least I move water.
And I keep it safe.
Without me, nothing flows.
What's happening?
I bring the life.
I preserve it.
Hey, why is the water going on and off like this? Maybe I can do it alone.
Maybe I need you too.
Strong, reliable, built for every home.
Syntex pipes and tanks. The perfect
water team. Syntex. Are you strong? Are you tough?
Hello, my name is Pamela from Customer Service. Please revalidate your account by texting your Ghana card number to 0500,000 247.
Hey, Abili, wabadim.
Madam, give me the numbers behind your ATM card. I'm calling from the head office.
An email was delivered across to our customers this morning.
Confirm if this is your bank account. 100,100,100.
Thanks for sending your bank card details.
Send the OTP now to avoid cancellation.
EcoBank will never call, email, send an SMS asking for your PIN, OTP, bank card, or Ghana card details.
Don't get played. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Hello, please, I'm calling from Customer Experience Center.
So this strategy will lead. Oh no, not again.
Sir, relax. The generator will come on now.
The generator is not working.
Why stress yourself when the experts are just one tap away? Introducing Left Power, the smart emergency support app from Left Signature Limited. With Left Power, certified engineers respond fast, anytime, anywhere. No delays, no stories.
Hello, sir. This is Left Signature Limited. The request has been received and our engineers are already on their way. Please relax. We've got you covered.
This is professional. Every Left expert is certified, verified, and can be tracked in real time. Oh, you'll know they're coming before they even arrive. From electrical engineering and solar power systems to data center management, cloud services, smart automation, and software development, Left Signature delivers excellence, fast, reliable, and professional. Left Power.
Your solution is just one tap away.
Available on Play Store and App Store.
Malaria's remedy is Lonat. Therefore, we're gonna use Lonat to recover. You have malaria? Yes, are you shivering? Yes, yes. You got chills? Yes, take Lonat. First day, take Lonat. Second day, take Lonat. Third day, take Lonat. That's all. Lonat scatter malaria. Lonat scatter malaria.
This advert is FDA approved.
Thanks for staying with us. To other stories now.
Now, 3 months ago, Roads Minister Kwame Govins-Agbaja threatened to terminate the contract of a firm he said received 66 million cedis without doing the work. JoyNews returned this week to find the road deteriorating further with more potholes and weeds overtaking cleared intersections. Drivers say the road is damaging their vehicles and are demanding urgent government intervention. And now Sabet has more.
3 months. That is how long has passed since the road minister stood on this very stretch, voice raised, finger pointing, demanding answers.
This construction firm has been here for only God knows. This is not representative of a good quality contractor. Totally unacceptable. The communities here, I mean, a very important town linking to another town. And when we gathered 66 million Ghana cedi, give it to a contractor, and you tell me that the contractor is deciding on his own program. Who says that contractors work to their program? They work to our program.
The contractor was summoned. The warning was clear: deliver or be replaced. So we came back to see for ourselves. What we found is nothing short of alarming. There is barely any visible progress. In fact, the road is in worse condition than it was in May. A few sections that were cleared of vegetation are now overtaken by weeds, and the potholes, they have multiplied like never before. For drivers who ply this route daily, the situation has become a nightmare. What was once a frustrating delay has now become a daily battle for survival, both for their vehicles and their livelihoods. The contractor is delaying his work, and what is worrying is that he's supposed to work on the potholes first whilst embarking on his work. But the potholes are just too much, and so we are recording too many accidents on the road. Many road users fear that if the current pace continues, the project, meant to be part of the government's flagship Big Push agenda, will take years to complete, if ever. Someone needs to talk to the contractors, because we learned they are supposed to complete the work within 2 years, but with this pace, they will spend 4 years without completing it. When we reached out to the Ministry of Road and Highways for comment, our calls were not immediately returned. However, 1 month after the road minister's warning in May, the regional minister Francis Os-Antwi was also here.
I'm not very happy about the progress of work. So let us give them time.
The questions now are pressing. What happened to the May and June deadlines? Is the road minister happy with the situation now, or was the threat simply a political performance? Anna Sabit, JoyNews, Techiman.
To other stories now, stakeholders in Techiman are pushing for agroecology to be included in local development plans and agricultural extension services. They say climate-friendly farming methods can reduce farmers' reliance on synthetic fertilizers and strengthen resilience across the Bono East region. The call was made at an engagement organized by Action Aid Ghana and the Center for Indigenous Knowledge and Organizational Development. And Asabit once again with this report.
Climate change is no longer a distant threat for Ghanaian farmers. It is a daily reality. From prolonged dry spells in the north to devastating floods in the south, erratic weather is ravaging crop yields and threatening food security. But there is a growing push to move away from chemical-dependent farming towards a more sustainable solution. Here in the Techiman municipality of the Bono East region, a major stakeholder engagement is calling for a radical shift in how we farm and plan our agriculture. Civil society organizations Action Aid Ghana and CICOD have brought together district policymakers and farmers with a singular message. The future of farming is organic, local, and sustainable. Wilberforce Lati is the programs director for CICOD.
CICOD has been promoting agroecology as a climate adaptation and mitigation strategy. We've been doing this for some time. And one thing we realized was that the key stakeholders, from the government side at the district level, are the municipal or district executives, And so we decided to organize this meeting, bring them together with the agri-extension people, and then we can have a dialogue, have a conversation, and then visit around to let people understand what we mean by agroecology.
Now, President John Mahama has directed that deplorable roads leading to major tourist destinations across the country be fixed. Tourism, Culture and Creative Arts Minister Abla Jifa Gomashi disclosed this at the Government Accountability Series. She said she has already engaged the Roads and Highways Minister Governs Kwame Abuja and submitted an initial list of roads leading to tourist sites that require urgent attention. The minister is hopeful work will begin in the coming months and days. Presidential correspondent Maxwell Agbagba has more from the Jubilee House.
Taking a turn at the government accountability series, the sector minister Jifa Ablagomashi said Ghana raked in $4.34 billion from 1.3 million tourist arrivals in 2025.
International tourist arrivals reached 1,303,962 people in 2025, which is an increase over the 2024 figure of 1,288,804. Domestic tourism grew from 1.68 million visits in 2024 to 1.7 million visits in 2025, representing 7% growth. The total revenue generated from the arrivals in 2025 is 4.34 billion. I beg your pardon. I have sat with the Minister for Roads and given him the first list of roads leading to our tourist sites that we expect to see some improvement. And in the coming weeks, months, I'm sure that they will start work on it. So we've met on the roads. It was a directive from the president, so we don't have a choice. We're going to carry it out.
She also disclosed that discussions are underway with relevant financial institutions and prospective investors to revitalize funding channels for the Marine Drive project.
Discussions with relevant financial institutions and prospective partners are underway to revitalize funding channels, including public-private partnerships and co-financing options. The project will adopt a phased approach, prioritizing early wins such as public promenades, cultural spaces, and mixed-use precincts to build confidence and demonstrate tangible impact.
Madam Gomashi also said the legislative instrument required to give legal backing to the Creative Arts Fund and make it operational is expected to be presented to Parliament. She also responded to concerns from some members of the comedy industry that the sector has been neglected.
Away from that, history in the making for T.I. Amaswa as the school secures its first ever qualification to the National Science and Maths Quiz, having made its entry over a decade ago. The school has finally broken through, finishing among the top runners in the Upper West Regional qualifiers to earn a place on the national stage. Michelle Latte has more in the full report.
After weeks of fierce contests across the various regions, the curtains have finally come down on the 2026 NSMQ regional qualifiers. In the Upper West region, T.I. Amas made history, earning its debut qualification through one of the region's runner-up slots.
I'm so excited. I don't even know how to express myself. Working for this over a decade, it's not a joke. It's not a joke. And finally, we have arrived. I can say with all the confidence that yes, currently we have arrived. And we thank God for what He has done for us, coming all the way from Wa to Tamale to make our first qualification is a plus. And we are hoping to go to the national championship to do something magnificent and something extraordinary.
For a school that has waited over a decade for this moment, the qualification marks a major breakthrough and the first appearance on the national stage. St. Francis Xavier Seminary SHS took the final qualification ticket, sending Tumo SHS out of the race for a place at the national tournament.
Are you impressed with today's contest?
Quite, but even though we're not expecting this, but we wish to do better in the nationals.
If you say you weren't expecting this, was it below your expectations or above?
Quite below, because we expected to do better in the speedway section, but it didn't turn out so, but we hope to work on that in the future.
The one-time finalists will now head to the national stage, hoping to make a strong push for the 2026 NSMQ crown. Canton SHS and Wa SHS also made the cut as runners-up. The 5 schools will now join other qualifiers from across the country to compete for one crown. Michelle Latte, JoyNews, Tamale.
time now for showbiz, and Becky Bex is in the studio. But today we're not smiling. Today it's gonna be a sad day for us, and Becky will tell you why.
That's because musician Kwame Master has paid a deeply emotional tribute to his late wife, actress and entrepreneur Beverly Ama Afagloba, remembering her as a loving, generous and deeply faithful woman whose strength and compassion transformed his life, delivering his final tribute at the funeral service for Beverly at the forecourt of the State House in Accra. On Saturday, Kwame Master reflected on the life they shared and the family they built together. He expressed gratitude for the support, encouragement and prayers his wife offered him throughout their marriage, saying her influence had strengthened his faith and shaped him in a profound way. The funeral brought together personalities from Ghana's entertainment, business and political circles who joined family and friends to mourn the late actress. Well, may her soul rest in perfect peace. So let me tell you about Stonebwoy before we leave. Stonebwoy has a show this weekend, and the show is Beamfest, and it's happening inside London. And my colleague KMJ, who has been touring the venue, has more in the following report.
And guess what is happening with that? Stonebwoy has got the biggest concert, which is the Beamfest UK edition, and it's happening on the 15th of this month, August 2026. The stage is set, the build-up has been electric and officially history in the making. On the 15th of August 2026, Northwest London becomes the global center of African music. For the very first time, Ghanaian superstar Stonebwoy takes over headline control of the OVO Arena, Wembley, for the Beamfest UK edition.
A black man, a black Jesus. Me never come down from the top. Them son will never talk about the gunner. I would have a place could I never be. And then you with them and go set a shop. Some will say that there's a nigga set a shop. Them never would have seen the town. Foundation set up on the mountain. And like a buffalo show. I'm taking a low. But I pick up the answer and maybe the night. To see your brother down or the heat on the pole.
After months of intense anticipation, London is bracing for an epic night as Livingston Echisitakla, the one god himself, prepares to deliver a masterclass in Afro dancehall.
The more them know office in the rise, I still send them. The more them know office in the rise, I still send them.
What started as a massive annual gathering in Accra, Ghana, has grown into a powerhouse global brand. Over 10 domestic editions have established Beamfest as one of Africa's premier concert experiences. Now, produced by Bennington Music Group and bringing this legacy to the 12,500 capacity OVO Arena Wembley, marks a defining moment for West African music in the UK.
Rise, I still send them up. The more them know office in the rise.
This isn't just another tour stop on a shuttle. It is a deliberate cultural bridge connecting Accra, Kingston, Jamaica, and London. With tickets selling fast and fans groups mobilizing across Europe, Wembley is preparing for a complete sellout crowd. And this will be the VIP.
To match the scale of the venue, Stoneboy isn't coming alone. The lineup bridges legendary high-life heritage, UK dancehall great, and modern Afro beats. Fans will witness performances from high-life icons Kobina Kobina, the Kakalika Boys Dub Nation, Ponsa, alongside dancehall pioneer Samani, the mentor who helped launch Stoneboy's career.
And if you know anything about Stoneboy, you know he doesn't do half measures. So expect a full live band setup, world-class production, and a perfect vocal delivery on 15th of August 2026. So folks, countdown is in its final stretch. The OVO Arena Wembley on the 15th of August 2026 is where you want to be. All you have to do is to grab your tickets, wave your flags, and let's experience the history in motion from Wembley Park in London. My name is KMJ, and I'll see you on the 15th.
Yeah, my name is Becky here, and I'll definitely see you on the 15th of August at the OVO Arena, where we experience greatness. Thank you so much, Fostina, for having me here on the show.
Thank you, Becky. Becky, we're there live and colored, and we'll bring you all that right here on the JoyNews channel. Well, up next is Prime Business. Please stay with us.
As the days come and go, there's always shit. Let colleagues explore all the planetary bodies. Our mission is in Uranus to treat hemorrhoids, anal fistula, anal fissure, anal incontinence, hydradenitis suppurativa, using laser ligature for pain-free and speedy recovery. On Uranus Street, Accra, is Main Tuber Hospital and Coloproctology Center. Trust Uranus with us, and we will delight you. Visit Main Tuber Hospital today or call us on 0244 581 541.
From the heart of Africa we stand, building dreams across the land. Every step we dey your side, helping you rise, taking you higher. Strong as a group, close as a partner. Bank of Africa lifting you higher. African Bank with global reach. BOA make your future glow. Strong as a group, close as a partner. Bank of Africa lifting you higher. African Bank with global reach. BOA make your future glow. BOA, we go there for you night and day. Strong as a group, close as a partner. Bank of Africa lifting you higher.
Bank of Africa, as strong as a group, as close.
Welcome to Prime Business. My name is Winston Taki, and now to our first business story. Senior finance lecturer at the University of Ghana, Dr. Benjamin Amoah, has warned that volatility in global gold prices could pose a risk to Gold Board's new foreign exchange program aimed at raising funding for its operations without support from the Bank of Ghana. Speaking on Business Live, he urged Gold Board to exercise caution in managing the program to minimize potential fiscal risks.
That in the pricing of the gold, based on which they are going to mobilize the money from the funds from the commercial banks, it is very possible that the pricing on which Gold Board anticipates to sell the gold or export the gold may not materialize because gold prices are very volatile. So you may lock in a contract at a particular value based on your reading of the market, which is normal. When you have the gold and you go onto the market to sell, it is very possible that the prices that you anticipated that you have sold or exported the gold for, you will not realize it. That will again expose not only Gold Board, but the commercial banks. And if that should crystallize, what it means is that Gold Board may not be able to meet its obligation.
Great. Now, talking about
is a state-owned enterprise, and in that particular case, it becomes a fiscal risk where the taxpayer will not have to come in to bail out Gold Board. So it is prudent that Gold Board will not go ahead of itself to overpledge its ability to have the gold that they are going to sell.
Now, the International Monetary Fund has stated that it still expects Ghana to end this year with a growth rate of 4.8%. This is despite fresh global development that poses major threat to the economy. There is more in this report.
The IMF, in its latest staff report, is basing this projection on the fact that Ghana has been able to build some shock absorbers that would help minimize the impact of these threats. Now, some of them include a strong pickup in Bank of Ghana's reserves, as well as some targeted spending by government to areas that would stimulate growth, and a fairly stable Ghana cedi. Now, based on the several scenarios that the fund has put together, doesn't see things getting bad for Ghana in terms of its growth rate. The fund also doesn't believe that development in the Middle East would adversely impact on Ghana's economy going forward. Well, it looks like the IMF is still measured about its growth outlook for Ghana compared to government, as some officials believe that the country could end the year with a growth rate of 6%.
Away from that, as tensions in the Middle East disrupt global trade, Ghana could be turning the disruption into a major opportunity, with shipping routes being diverted and businesses searching for reliable trade corridors. Tema Port is positioning itself to capture a share of the redirected traffic and reinforce Ghana's ambition of becoming West Africa's logistics hub. Here's more from Kwame Yanka.
The escalating tensions in the Middle East are disrupting vital shipping routes and creating new logistics and supply chain challenges across West Asia. But as global trade seeks alternative routes, Ghana's strategic position on the West African coast could turn disruption into opportunity. Chief Executive Officer for Meridian Port Services, Mohammed Samara, says diverted traffic from the Red Sea presents potential for Tema ports, particularly for Terminal 3, to capture a share of global trade and strengthen its position along key trade corridors.
Well, no doubt, we have the crisis in the Middle East, has diverted one of the major routes that used to go through the Red Sea around the Cape into us. That represents like 25% or 20% of the global trade. So this traffic, has a potential to be hubbed somewhere over here and beyond. So basically, we are just positioning ourselves well equipped on the key trade corridors of this world.
On handling increasing trade volumes, Director General of the Ghana Ports and Harbours Authority, GPHA, Brigadier General Paul Seydou Tanye Kolono, revealed that new berths are expected to be constructed.
So as part of the development plan, we intend to have a fifth berth that will increase the capacity to over 3 million TEUs. And in the future, the key wall that you see on the right, we can also have 5 more berths there as a future plan. So the future is bright. In the medium term, the fifth berth will solve the problem, but we have also plans to build more berths to take care of the future demand.
Meanwhile, Brigadier General Paul Seydou Tanye Kolono says GPHA will continue to create a conducive environment for stakeholders.
We will also ensure that the existing environment will be conducive for them to operate. Basically, so that we should be able to fulfill our mandate as the only institution mandated to plan, develop, and then control ports and harbors in the country.
With its expanding port infrastructure and connectivity, Ghana continues to position itself as a gateway to West Africa and a hub for businesses seeking to access new markets. Kwame Yankes reports for Joy Business.
Now, the Deputy Director General of the CSIR Head Office, Professor Emmanuel Quinn, says Ghana's National Research and Innovation Management System will strengthen research development by improving access and management of national research data. She spoke to Joy Business on the sidelines of the STEPI Mass Capacity Workshop held in Accra. Ghana and South Korea are strengthening cooperation to establish the country's first national research and innovation management system. A 3-year partnership between the Ministry of Environment, Science and Technology and Korea's Science and Technology Policy Institute has entered its 3rd year. Deputy Director General of the Council for Scientific and Industrial Research, Professor Emmanuel Quinn, says the system's database will enhance national research and development.
It's going to be easier for us because there are times that we have partners from outside Ghana looking for expertise within our country, and they don't even know where to go to find who they can collaborate with. So this sets up a very easy collaborative platform. The other thing is there are expertise that we have in country that there are times we look outside the country for those expertise. This platform will help us look inward before to make sure that what expertise we need we have in country, if not before we look outside, and these can go for consultancies and other development for national growth and development.
Associate Research Fellow at Science and Technology Policy Institute, Dan Waxion, says the system will provide researchers with a standardized platform to manage and assess research information.
The main component of this research and innovation management system was the standardized data collection regarding individual researchers and the individual research and development projects that are implemented across Ghanaian research institutes as well as universities, regardless of their sources of funding to each research and development project. So we have this year built a pilot data input system based on a cloud-based database, which is fully operable, and we are planning to hand over this fully operable pilot database system to the government of Ghana in the coming month.
The initiative is part of the K Innovation Partnership Program, which support countries to strengthen their science, technology and innovation ecosystems through policy support, capacity building and knowledge exchange.
Away from that, Nestle Ghana is intensifying effort to grow its Nescafe consumer base among young people with a new campus activation dubbed My Coffee, My Vibe, designed to strengthen brand engagement and attract new consumers. Here's more.
Nestle Ghana is taking its Nescafe brand directly to university campuses through its My Coffee, My Vibe campaign, where it says a key segment of its target consumers can be reached. As part of the campaign, students will compete in singing and dancing, with winners eventually battling it out for top prizes. The campaign, which was launched at the University of Ghana, attracted students who participated in various activities while engaging with the brand. Category Development Manager of Nescafe at Nestle Ghana, Lily Boatema team said the activation is intended to attract new consumers while building stronger connections with its existing student market.
We want coffee not to be a stimulation or an afterthought, but something that is part of their lifestyle, something that is in indulgence. So hence the outdooring of My Coffee, My Vibe. We're also leveraging on this to be on campus. Today, that's where we find our target consumers. That here is our niche. And we didn't want to just come here talking about a new communication, which doesn't make sense to them. But we wanted to merge it into self-expression. We wanted to merge it into what they know best, which is their passion. So that's how they express themselves. So My Coffee, My Vibe is an activity, one to recruit people into the brand and also to help them showcase their talent through this talent hunt that we are doing. So we're going across the various campuses, mainly UCC, KUST, and UG. After that, we battle it up, and the winner actually gets a cash prize of 30,000 and also mentorship.
The activation forms part of Nestle Ghana's broader efforts to meet young consumers in spaces where they are most comfortable, while using their interests and passions to strengthen brand engagement.
And that's all for business here on Prime Business. My name is Winston Taki. Thanks for watching. Up next is Prime Sports.
Welcome to a place where everyday living is reimagined, where space, movement, and community come together effortlessly. With thoughtfully designed spaces, modern facilities, and everything you need within reach, you don't just live here, you feel safe, comfortable, and at ease. Step inside Eden Heights and discover spaces crafted for comfort, style, and everyday living. And just when it feels right, you will know. Because this isn't just about finding a house. It's about stepping into a better way of living. Eden Heights, the height of modern living. Book a private viewing today.
Bad referee decisions. Don't let your child's grade suffer a bad match. Ensure a straight win this academic season with curriculum-aligned textbooks and interactive tools from Pegasus Publishing. From preschool to senior high school, we have the exact game plan your kids need to ace their classes. And because it's World Cup season, you get a massive 20% off every single book. Don't drop points. Call 059-50-10175 or dash to Pegasus Publishing in Accra Newtown, right opposite the Total Energy Station. Free delivery within Accra when you call. Pegasus Publishing, shaping minds, winning futures.
Hey! Is your tech holding you back? Feeling lost in the maze of outdated gadgets? Relax. Come with me to Configure.
Don't magic. Now I've been international fashion designer. Come on. No more pencil than talk matter beer. Coffee Ghana. Class in boy.
Oh, number one.
Ghana, we don't just sell electronics, we transform your life. From office to home appliances and more, we have everything you need to step into the future.
Config Ghana, class in Kwa. Config Ghana, number one.
Day by Day exists in lotion, cream, soap, and more. Day by Day has 4 fragrance range.
All these were food.
Food to the brain, man, Kasa.
I only took small pill. Small. You pour like waterfall.
Let's check the camera, shall we? What camera?
I knew it.
Hey. Hey, mommy, daddy.
Fruit Telly is for sharing. No need to hide to enjoy.
Family that share together.
Stay together.
Wait, there's more.
Hey, Grandma.
Someone match it.
Fruitelli, the family drink. This advert is FDA approved.
Upgrade your print game with Konica Minolta, proudly powered by SkySat Technologies. From all-in-one machines that print, scan, and copy to professional systems and heavy-duty production machines, we deliver unmatched performance. Right now, SkySat has an unbeatable offer. 1 entire year of free servicing on all Konica Minolta machines. That's 12 months of expert maintenance for new and existing customers. Visit our new VIP print center at Pegasus Place, Airport Residential Area for a live demonstration. Call us on 050-164-5180 or 0302-798-829. Again, it's 050-164-5180 or 0302-798-829. SkySat Technologies. Performance that delivers every time.
Hi, good evening and welcome to the Prime Sports segment with me, Benaya Elom Dapamapo. Black Queens head coach Kim Las Bjorkegren has described Ghana's 2-1 defeat by Malawi at the 2026 Women's African Cup of Nations as the worst feeling of his 20-year coaching career. Now, Ghana surrendered an early lead to lose their quarter-final tie, ending their hopes of reaching the semi-finals and securing automatic qualification for the 2027 Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Here's what the head coach has been saying after the game.
Week for Ghana's Black Queens en route to wanting to win the WAFCON for the very first time. But not just WAFCON heartbreak, it's also a heartbreak for their hopes of automatic qualification for the 2027 Women's World Cup after losing to Malawi in the quarterfinal of the 2026 Women's Africa Cup of Nations. Despite Chantal Boy Hawker's opener in the 6th minute, Malawi fought back and scored 2 goals to ensure that they end Ghana's hopes of winning the WAFCON for the very first time. For Kim Las Bjorkegren, this is a result that ends Ghana's hopes of ending their WAFCON trophy wait as well as their 20-year wait to play at the 2027 Women's World Cup. But they will go on to the drawing board and try and rework things to get ready for that playoff.
The feeling is probably one of the worst that I ever had, maybe potentially the worst feeling I had in 20 years of coaching. I'm feeling so much for this team, for Ghana. I really wanted to help them to go to the first World Cup in 20 years, and we felt that we had a good chance to do it today, but we didn't perform well enough. I know there is another opportunity and a chance for us to go through some other games and qualify for the World Cup. That's absolutely correct. But right now, when you're asking me 15 minutes after the game, we went all in. I'm feeling empty right now. Of course, we need to sleep and build up again in one way or another, but right now is just a bad feeling.
For Malawi, it is the next stage of the competition for them as they will be facing Algeria in the semi-finals in the bid to continue their fairy tale run and go on to possibly win the WAFCON on their first attempt. Heartbreak for Ghana, but still more attempts to shoot as far as their World Cup qualification hopes is concerned. Reporting from Rabat, Lawrence Beidou for Joy Sports.
That's my colleague Lawrence Beidou there with the reports, which is sponsored by Bank of Africa and Goldfields Ghana Limited. To some more women's football, where police ladies wrote their name in the history books on Friday, defeating ARC rivals Army Ladies 1-0 to clinch the maiden Women's KGL Democracy Cup at the Magdan La Town Park. My colleague Joseph Ayinga Walter has more in this report.
When we think about football, we think about passion, unity, and competition. But today, right here at the Magdan AstroTurf, football is scoring a crucial goal of equality. That is, bringing the people closer to democracy. This is the all-new Democracy Women's Cup, a competition organized by Parliament to recognize, celebrate, and amplify the role and voice of women in shaping our democracy.
The event began with a curtain raiser between women from Parliament and the judiciary before the opening ceremony and a ceremonial kickoff. And once the game got underway, it was clear that these women were not there to make up the numbers. They showed plenty of skill and a good understanding of the game, much like the work they do in their respective fields.
It's a game, you know, and as the Right Honourable Speaker has arranged, this is the maiden one for the women, and you realize that they scored us 2-0. We came back to equalize, and our players have played so well. We have all played so well. Our goalkeeper has been superb, and so this is just the beginning. This is giving us, it has given us a little bit of experience. We'll go back, train more, and build the team, so that next time when we meet other teams, you realize that Parliament ladies will be on the top.
Neither side looked sharp, particularly in front of goal, but experience eventually took over as both teams battled to a 2-2 draw. The judiciary side had the final say, winning the contest on penalties. The main event featured 2 Ghana Women's Premier League sides, Army Ladies and Police Ladies, in a battle between 2 of the country's security services. It was a closely contested encounter, but Police Ladies had the edge after an early strike from Fidaus Yakubu proved enough to secure the win. And for the organizers, the success of the maiden edition is a sign that the Women's Democracy Cup is here to stay. First Deputy Speaker of Parliament, Bernard Ahiafo, believes the initiative can become an important fixture on Ghana's sporting calendar.
This is an indication of the fact that the Democracy Cup is all-inclusive, is gender-inclusive. We did the male, and today we've done the female. So let me use the opportunity again to congratulate the winning teams, the judiciary and then the police service women. So Democracy Cup has come to stay.
Since it has come to stay, is it going to be an annual event?
Yes, it's really going to be an annual event. When we started, this is the 3rd edition, and it has been an annual event till today. The grand finale is coming on at Babayara Sports Stadium at Kumasi on 28th of this month.
From the page to Parliament and the judiciary, the message was clear. Reporting for Joy Sports, Joseph Ayinga Walter.
And Ghana's Godfred Opoku finished 4th in the men's 400 final at the World Under-20 Championships on Friday, posting a time of 45.46 seconds to narrowly miss out on a medal. Here are some highlights of day 5 of the championships, and that's how I leave you here with the Prime Sports segment. My name is Benaya Elom Dapamapo. Have a good evening.
Favourites in lanes 5, 6 and 7. It's been a wonderful night of athletics. Is there one more twist of drama in the world's truly global sport? 45 seconds separates one of these young men from a moment of history. The crowd roar them on. What a race in prospect. Romeshin has gone out hard. It's pretty even between the 3 specialists. There's Wilson trying to close the gap on Cockermeyer. De Leon has gone out hard. He's got an advantage at the moment. Can he hold on? He beat Wilson to the national title, but Wilson's coming through and he's dragging Cockermeyer with him. The big 3 are delivering a big finish. Cockermeyer has got the beating of Wilson. He's ahead, but can he stay there? Wilson's closing, De Leon's closing. What a race, what a finish. It's De Leon from Wilson and Cockermeyer, 44.48. It's a new championship. Set.
Drive EVGH was built on a simple idea that driving can be better. It can be cleaner, smarter, and more refined. Today, we offer a range of electric vehicles that meet you right where you are. From luxury models that deliver power and prestige to everyday vehicles designed for practical, intelligent mobility. But we didn't stop at vehicles. We built X-Charge EV network to ensure charging is accessible, reliable, and efficient. And a dedicated service center designed specifically for electric vehicles because expertise matters. This is how the future becomes reality. Drive EV Ghana, we're leading the shift.
When malaria shows up, it doesn't knock. It just takes over. No. This fever is too much. When malaria comes,
respond with Mala-2.
Fight malaria with Mala-2 tablets or syrup from Ernest Chemists. Test for malaria first before taking Mala-2. If symptoms persist for more than 48 hours, see a doctor. This advert is FDA approved.
Wahwanu buada kafi uwa totro o adoyia aja gomacho afisinala. Balala na mama dina sesi esia yo ano agbe le to me fafa yi yo ma amadaka mala nkulam de enwu o.